Hi Aries, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. I hope everybody's doing really well. I want to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Aries out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, Aries, even if it's on the other side, get in where you fit in, but please don't force yourself into a reading that's obviously not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Aries? All right. Aries, you are starting out with the Three of Swords in the reverse. You have the King of Wands, and coming out together, we have the Ace of Cups reversed along with the Fool in reverse. All right, so I can see that you're recovering from heartbreak here. Something really did break your heart. I do feel like you are, recovering from this. So there's kind of a turnaround, which is good. But I'm also seeing that there's some sort of new love that is trying to come into your life, or perhaps you're looking for this. I do see a little bit of fear of taking a risk towards new love. I also feel like you still need to be pouring some love into your own self for now. But I do feel like you're it's this energy of having gone through quite a bit and now coming around that corner and starting to open yourself up to love again. Not quite there, but starting to get there. And with the King of Wands here, this does indicate to me that you are really stepping into your power. You're being proactive. You may have had some kind of a transition where you are like, maybe you got a new haircut, you've lost some weight, but there's something to do with your physical appearance that has improved as well. Or maybe you're just feeling more attractive. But I definitely feel like you're stepping into your power. You've done a lot of healing, and now you're looking at what's the next step, although you haven't quite taken that step yet. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Aries energy. All right, so the person in your energy has the Five of Swords. We have the Chariot in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so you may be having conflict with somebody, or, you did have conflict. So whoever's in your energy, there's an energy of conflict. They're stalling. They're not moving forward, and it could be a manipulation tactic because the Five of Swords is mind games, So be careful who you're dealing with. I do feel like there's somebody that is kind of stalling for some reason with this Chariot in reverse. Very interesting energy. I don't feel like you're paying them much mind though, because you're in your power here with this situation. So just be careful. With the Wheel of Fortune here, this person wants to move things into a better energy. They're wanting to move things forward. So this could be somebody you've had conflict with. They're kind of standing their ground. They're not really moving forward. They're trying to manipulate the situation, and in an effort to sweep things under the rug and just have, a new page. So let me see the energy between Aries and this person. The Two of Swords. There's a decision that has to be made. Yeah, there's a decision here between the two of you that needs to be made. Let me see. You could be dealing with a Cancer sign. What's affecting it is the Three of Wands in the reverse. You're tired of waiting for whatever this is. This person's stalling. Now, they could live at a distance from you, and that could be presenting a problem as well. This could have something to do with a move. But with the Three of Wands in reverse, it's a sense of impatience. But this person is stalling because they're not sure that this is where they want to be. So let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome for Aries. Justice in the reverse. Yeah, it's an unbalanced situation. Yeah, it's an unbalanced situation is what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing, Aries, for some of you, that there's some sort of this could be somebody you've had a legal dispute with. And it's an unresolved legal dispute. You might be eager for this to, you know, to carry through. Now, these are love readings, but this could literally be anybody. It could be a neighbor. It could be a family member. So just take it as it resonates for you. But I do feel like by the end of the week, you're looking at there being a little bit of an imbalance still. And I feel like you feel wronged by it. So bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords in the reverse. That's underlying energy. And that indicates that there's chaos within this situation. And although you're wanting to move away from that chaos and move towards peace, for some reason you're not able to do it just yet. I feel like this person is holding you back for some reason. All right, you could be dealing with a Libra. Let me clarify your reading. Why is the Three of Swords in reverse for Aries? All right, we have the Knight of Swords reversed and the Queen of Wands. You're definitely in your power here. I feel like you feel this person is not being truthful with you, that they're not speaking truth. And I also feel like you don't want to talk to this person because they hurt you. They hurt you pretty deeply in the past. It's taken a lot for you to heal and to come back into your power. And to your credit, I do see you being very well balanced here. You have your masculine, your feminine energy in check and in balance. You're not in one more so than the other. There is this energy of you being charismatic, people enjoying being around you, and I see that glow up energy again. So your energy here is pretty well balanced, but I feel like you don't want to talk to this person because you feel that they're manipulative, they don't speak truth, and you're trying to avoid being hurt again. Why is the King of Wands here for Aries? Why is the King of Wands here? All right, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Five of Pentacles, and we have the Sun. Interesting. Did you walk away from this person, Aries, and leave them out in the cold? Because I feel like you waited, you may have waited to do so, but I feel like you love this person, but at the same time, you may not be in love with this person. I see you being very choosy about where you offer your feelings and your emotions. And I feel like you're not offering feelings and emotions to this person. There may be somebody else that you are interested in, and it could even be a water sign or another fire sign, particularly a Leo. And if that is the case, you've kind of cut this person off, but they're trying to prevent you from moving forward, either emotionally or possibly even physically. I do see you being very clear that you're tired of waiting to exit this situation. And this is where we see this choice. Let me look at your bottom energy. Show me the bottom energy. I just keep getting this energy of you wanting to move forward and not being quite able to, possibly for legal reasons, or this person could be manipulating the situation. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed, the Five of Pentacles reversed, and the Three of Pentacles reversed. So there's something about this choice that is karmically related. I do feel that there's some sort of a new beginning that you're looking at, and it's almost like you feel that you would be able to have a second chance at life, a second chance in love. But I don't feel like it's with this person, because I feel like this is ending. I feel like this situation, this relationship drains you. I see an established foundation ending, possibly even a karmic contract ending. And I feel like you're releasing this person and letting this person go so you can experience love again. And I do feel like there is somebody that you have your eye on here. But you're being held back. You're being hindered from doing that. And like I said, it could be because of legal issues, or it could just be emotional. But I can definitely tell you this person is trying to prevent you from moving forward. So let's look at their energy. Why is the Five of Swords here? Could be dealing with an Aquarius. Wow. And again, the Five of Swords. So very strong energy of manipulation, mind games, the energy of somebody who is antagonistic, in their ego possibly, trying to create conflict. And it's over this decision, which I feel like you're making or trying to make. They're creating this indecision within you, and it's a manipulation, Aries. So I do feel like they're saying to you, oh, I think we can fix things between the two of us. I think this can balance out. You know, there's no need for you to make a really quick decision. They could be creating conflict. Let me see the Chariot in reverse. Gemini energy here. Scorpio energy. All right, we have the Tower and we have the Two of Cups. So this person is experiencing a Tower moment. You trying to move away from them is experiencing a Tower moment. You're impatient to act on, you know, whatever your plans are here. I feel like this person is going to be reaching out to you. They're manipulating the situation to slow you down, to keep you from moving forward. And it's because they're going through a literal Tower moment on their own. They feel that the two of you belong together. They feel that you are their soulmate. If they are aware that you have your eye on someone else, that's going to send them through the roof. I mean, that's literally going to, you know, cause an even bigger Tower moment for this person. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here for the person in Aries energy? All right, we have the Seven of Swords reversed. We have the Two of Pentacles. So they feel like you are being deceptive. They feel like you have been juggling them. And as a result, they're going to put you on Front Street. Whether it's true or it's not true, I don't know. Only you know that. But they feel that they have been treated unjustly. They feel like they have exposed something. It looks like it could be with another connection, and that you've been juggling. And right now, they're trying to decide, can they fix the situation with you under these present circumstances? Or, you know, are they going to basically put you on blast? So they're kind of going back and forth in their mind. So that's the decision they're trying to make. This is complicated. All right, let me see the Two of Swords. Show me the energy between Aries and this person. Six of Pentacles, Three of Swords reversed. Yeah, they're trying to decide, should they manipulate the situation or heal the situation? I do feel like they're leaning in towards trying to draw you back in, trying to, you know, heal this. I do feel that ultimately that's what they want to do. However, they haven't made up their mind either. They're kind of back and forth. And I think a lot of it's going to depend on what you decide to do. I see you trying to avoid conflict with this person. I do. I see you trying to balance things out, avoid conflict with this person. But ultimately, I feel like you're going to move away from them. Show me the Three of Wands. Show me the Three of Wands in reverse. Page of Cups reversed and the Four of Swords. Yeah. Okay, so I do feel that you're stepping into your power. There is a sense of you walking away from this person, but you may also be considering walking away from someone new. Page of Cups in the reverse can indicate a new connection, a new love interest that has not worked out. It might be that you're unsure if you would actually be happy in that. So you have a decision to make as well, Aries. I feel like this is reaching kind of a climax here where they're deciding, you know, what they're going to do with the information that they've discovered. You're deciding, you know, if this is the relationship you want to be in or if you want to move towards someone new. And I feel like it's coming to a head. There's a lot that this person is not saying right now. So you may not even be aware that they are having this tower moment or that they have found out if you are involved with someone new. And for some of you, it could be you're not even involved with someone new, but they think you are. I can see, though, that you just want to be happy. You just want to be happy. And I feel like you're kind of trying to avoid things getting even more heated here with this person. Ultimately, though, I feel like you don't want to be with this person. I do feel there is someone else, but I don't feel like you have actively engaged in that connection. You may have, but I don't feel like you have. I feel like you're kind of holding your emotions back. And it has to do with possible legalities or possible, like, you know, not having this situation complete. Show me. There's a lot that's not being said. And the tension is growing and building. And that's what's affecting the connection. Okay, so in your outcome, we have the Four of Wands reversed. We have the Ace of Wands. And we have Justice. So if this is a legal situation, it is going to resolve. I do feel like it's going to resolve in your favor, but also in their favor. So it looks, because they have the Wheel of Fortune, but you have Justice in the upright. So I feel like it's going to be, you know, basically pretty fairly resolved if it's a legal issue. If this is, you know, more of a spiritual court, if this is, you know, karma, you both are receiving good karma. I feel like the situation is not optimal. Both of you are feeling that lack of balance, feeling like there's an injustice in the situation. You, because you're not happy in this connection and you want to be happy. You want a second chance at love. This person, because they are holding on to you so tightly that they're going to have to release, they're going to have to let go. And it may have been, you know, that Spirit saw that it could not end in any other way other than, you know, a big tower moment for this person. You know, we can't take prisoners in love. We have to let people do what they need to do. So what I'm seeing in your outcome is there is going to be an ending in this situation. You're going to feel a sense of justice in it. It is the dissolution of some sort of a contract, whether it's a spiritual contract or a physical contract. And it is going to offer you that second chance at love. For what it's worth, I don't see you having done anything improper, but they believe you have. They believe that you started something else prior to the ending of this. It's possible. I'm not really seeing it. But in their energy, they're asking for justice in that as well. What's ultimately going to happen here, Aries, is they're going to have a new beginning, and it's actually going to work out in their best interest, even though they got here in a very disruptive, painful way. I think you both did. So you could be dealing with a karmic here. All right, signs that I see. I definitely see Libra. Gemini is here. Scorpio is here. Let's see. I'm not really seeing a whole lot else. But if I didn't call the sign, Aquarius is here. Don't stress if I didn't, you know, because you literally have all these signs in your chart somewhere. All right, so bottom of the deck is the Temperance card in the reverse. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but that tells me as an underlying energy that this situation is dramatically unbalanced. There's a desire for you to move away from this chaos, but you're not going to be able to move away from it until balance comes back in. That is going to happen. But there's also healing that needs to take place on both sides. So I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, Aries, I'm pulling from the Heal Yourself healing cards. Pulling for Aries. All right, you have pride. It's number 7, and the card is pride. So give me a second, and I'm going to read that for you. All right. You may be acting out of arrogance and vanity. Humility is the key. When you are prideful, you can become harsh and not conscious of your weaknesses. This can temporarily make you feel more powerful and superior to others, whilst at the same time cause you to be judgmental, unteachable, and hardened. Have you been fighting, quarreling, and disagreeing with others? Are you always trying to prove a point and defend your position? Do you think that you're always right? By holding on to shadow pride, you are stopping yourself from progressing mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Stop overestimating your importance and learn to be humble. When you are too proud, you cannot hear other people's advice and cannot receive their assistance. Empowerment means that you can be soft, caring, aware, and gentle. Recognize that you need other people's support to achieve true success. So you could be acting a little bit out of pride in this situation, because I definitely see there's a lot of conflict, or it could be the other person acting out of pride as well. So just be aware if it is you. Take some self-analysis and just decide. And if it is, take the steps to mediate that. I hope this has been helpful to you, Aries. If you've resonated with the reading, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Aries, know that you are love, and namaste.